old boy back there on the highway. I came up on a GTR and old boy stomped on it and it was gone, man. And I could keep up with him, but it was a real choppy, not a safe place to really be fooling around like that. So I kept with him for a little bit, but yeah, lots of fun. Those are fast cars. Up Internet, we're in lovely Crawfordsville, Indiana, and apparently there is a historic rotary jail somewhere here, and it's actually turned into a museum, I guess, but apparently they built these jails that had rotating cells, so you basically only had one door, and then the cells actually rotated around via a crank, and that allowed only one guard to be on duty, I guess, to deal with each floor. And I really don't know a whole lot, honestly. I didn't do a whole lot of research on this. I just kind of found it. So we'll see what it's about. Maybe I can actually get somebody to give us all the details and enlighten us. Museum parking.
There were 18 rotating jails built in the United States. We were the very first one. Our construction started and finished in 1882. The last jail was Colorado in 1888. Out of all those rotating jails, there are 3 that are still used for museums. Iowa has Council Bluffs. They refer to theirs as the Squirrel Cage. And Missouri has Gallatin, and theirs is just a museum. I don't know what they call it, but you do call the lady's phone number that's on the door and she'll give you a tour. We are the only one that will rotate today.
Okay.
So it still rotates. That's our bragging.
So all the other ones that were built, are they just tore down or they still exist?
We have a whole list. So there's only the 3 that are in existence, us, Iowa, and Missouri. Everybody else's have been demolished. Now, whether it was demolished because they just quit using it, or if there was a fire, or like for example, there's 2 in Indiana, were the green, and the second one was in like Williamsport, towards Attica area. Theirs they had in the basement of their courthouse, they had a fire. So when the fire caused the building to be unstable, it collapsed and it destroyed their own.
Gotcha.
So each one of these are actually listed on here, and they tell you what year they were demolished, and sometimes, okay, this one was condemned, this one was in the basement courthouse destroyed by fire. So we have all that information available. Okay?
Okay.
So, our pie cell is what we call it. So there are 8 pie cells in the cylinder of the rotating jail on the first floor. Each one had a bunk bed, so we could fit 2 men in the cell, and that indentation in the back was the toilet. So we had a second floor, and it had 8 pie cells as well. So we had a total of 32 men that could be housed in the rotating cell. We have additional cell space upstairs, 2nd and 3rd floor. We also had an infirmary, so we had a doctor, and we also had a barber who could come in. So we had bathtubs, indoor plumbing, 3 meals a day. We had all kinds of interesting things for that time period to be considered.
Wow, sounds like a hotel.
Yeah, so we did have a lot of people who came here just out of necessity to get out of the cold. And alcohol was the cheapest way to do that. So a lot of our intake was alcohol related.
Yeah.
So when you would come in off of Spring Street, be processed in, and the guards would get all your paperwork, get your bath and everything done. They would come in here, you would send the second guard up. They only needed 2 guards to run the entire place. The second guard would go up and watch his door, so he would open this, and it would allow him access to see inside the cell. The first guard, if you were down here with me, I would rotate this until I found an individual empty cell. I would then pull my lever mechanism, this counterweight, which would cause this back interior door to slide on its track, open and closed.
Yep.
So then I would open my steel door. You only have the space to go forward. Now on the reverse of that, if you were in the cell and it was dinner time, I would rotate my cell. I would leave this door closed, but I would have the side door open. And then I can pull that lever and you would be released to go eat your dinner.
Wow.
And nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
So they had 3 doorways, left, right, and back. And then of course your entrance, so 4 altogether. When the cell wasn't in use, they would rotate it so that the wall would block the doorway.
look at it.
We're going to walk through.
Sweet.
Now, things are low, so watch your head and watch your footing. This is the cafeteria. So this is where they bring you in. There was a picnic table. They would pass those food trays in here. You can wash your hands and do your dishes. There was a fire in the 1930s that took out our wood steps. Okay. So they added the catwalk around 1939, and they welded this bird cage down so that it no longer rotated. Just the interior wall is what would rotate. It does rotate counterclockwise and clockwise. They claim that they weren't supposed to rotate it anymore, so they cut 8 individual doors so that each pie wedge had its own entrance door because of how hard it was to get people out during the fire.
Yeah.
They lied, they still rotated it because we had injuries that came through. So people would pass out, alcohol related was our #1 reason for intake. You pass out, put that arm through the bar. Wall comes rotating through. We'd have breakage and amputations that came out of here.
Yeah, I could see that.
This is 30 tons of steel, 60,000 pounds, so you can see where that would cause some injury.
Yeah.
This is the bullpen area. They use this area for good behavior. Stretch your legs, play cards, hang out type of thing.
Yeah, these guys look like they're having a good time.
Yeah, right? Not even in the jail. We're just partying. All right. So I will rotate this for you if you'd like.
Sure.
Sure, you're like, sure. That's kind of what you came for, right?
Well, actually, I just happened to be in Crawfordsville, and I looked up cool things to go see, and so, yeah.
We're about to see one of the coolest things. Like I said, we are the only one that in existence can over rotate. So, for me, it's the exciting part. Alright, so it is 30 tons of steel, and there is a spot we hit that gets kind of rough, which will short-winged me. When I'm done rotating it, there's an entrance around the stairwell here to the side. You can go up and check out the 2nd and 3rd floor if you want. It's only going to get hotter as you go up, just so you know that.
Okay. Well, it's relatively quiet.
Yep.
So the whole purpose of this is just to cut down on staff.
Mm-hmm. And it was harder to escape.
Yeah. It's pretty clever. Although I don't know that I would want to be stuck in one of those things in, again, an event of a fire.
Right? So the 2 executions that were done in Montgomery County, we botched it really bad. We had 4 hangings and only 2 deaths.
Wow.
1885, we were set to execute John Coffey. Based off of just what the papers say, John Coffey's story changed 3 times. He was accused of murdering the McMullen family. He had also accused alongside himself Dennis and this other guy. The other guy, of course, was out of town, had alibis, no problems. So they believed that both men here were going to be hung for the murder of the McMullens. So they set up the execution to do both hangings at the same time. John Coffey probably would have been equivalent to autistic in today's society. So he still had a lot of brain about him. He was able to do very intelligent things, but certain things would set him off. And so it really seems like it was a wrong timing, wrong place, wrong time type situation. So it was believed that he was not truly guilty. Our guards felt that way and were very close to him. They actually laid on the floor in the cell with him to try to comfort him so he could fall asleep.
Wow.
So the day of his execution, they sold about 200 tickets. They sold them anywhere from $2 to $5 a ticket, so about 200 people paid to see. And they took him to do the execution, and as you can read, we made the New York Times. The rope broke twice. So they tested the rope the night before with sandbag at about 150 pounds. So the day of the execution, they strung him up, pulled that lever, and the rope snapped. I told you they felt close to him, so they went out, scooped him up. He had blood coming from his ears, but his neck had not been broken. So they had to do it again, and they set up another test, and then they strung him back up. Because the rope broke a second time.
Wow.
He was still alive. So
don't you just get a pass at that point?
You should. I mean, I think they kind of later went to that, but they didn't have that available at the time. So they decided, what if we don't test the rope? Because maybe that's what's happening. We're just testing the rope and it's too much weight, and this guy's 24, so he's not that big. So they didn't test the third time, and an execution by the neck should take about 3 minutes. It actually, at 9 minutes, he still had a pulse.
Wow.
12 minutes they had to cut him down. The rope wasn't tight enough.
Well, I hope you liked the Crawfordsville Rotary Prison Museum visit. I had a great time going and checking it out. Learned a lot of cool stuff, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, hit the like button, and if you didn't, then I'm sure you can find something more entertaining to watch on YouTube than me, so go elsewhere. I don't care. On that note, I'm going to call this done. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks to all 16 of my subscribers. I think one of them's actually me.